Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 80 of the regular season, where the Astros win 9-7 over the Kansas City Royals, and that was on brand. I would love to say that I'm amazed that the Astros had a 9-game stretch where we took on and handily beat the two best teams in Major League Baseball up until that point of the season. The Mets have not looked good since we started to kind of cause their downfall, but that's beside the point. We took on two of the best teams in baseball, handled them pretty darn easily, and then the Royals are giving us fits, and reasons, I guess, I don't know. The Royals would take a lead early in this game. Bobby Witt Jr. RBI single in the first inning to make it 1-0, and then MJ Melendez homers, second inning, and it's 2-0, and you start to feel a little bit unsure, but then the Astros have a pair of productive outs in the second inning in our bottom half. Yuli Gurriel grounds out, but it's an RBI ground out, so, it's still a positive out, and then a sac fly for Jake Myers, and it's 2-2, so that's a positive. And then the Royals retake the lead. Bobby Witt Jr. again having a pretty nice day. Homers, a 2-run shot to make it 4-2 Royals, and I'm just kind of giggling, because, we're down, 4-2. We have another multi-run deficit, but again, I just wasn't concerned. I know the Astros. I've watched them quite a while now. I've made videos for quite a while. Almost 2 full years. This is the 3rd season I've talked about them. This is just what they do. For some reason, we play down to competition. I don't know why it happens. You remember last year when we got swept by the Orioles in Minute Maid? It just happens. It's what we do. In the 4th inning, the Astros start to dig themselves out of the deficit. An RBI single by Jake Myers makes it a 4-3 game, and then Jeremy Pena ties it in the 5th inning, starting a multi-home run inning for the Astros, because after that, Yordan gets on base, and Alex Bregman with his 3rd hit of the night. This one was into the Crawford boxes to make it a 6-4 Houston lead. Bregman now has brought his WRC plus to around 130, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 129 currently, but was at 130 before his last at bat of the game. Guys, Bregman's good. Bregman has incredible discipline. He can hit home runs. He's starting to come out of it. You guys just got to give him time. People were talking about Bregman being traded a few weeks ago, and now he's been on a bit of a hot streak. You don't trade a guy as talented as Alex Bregman because he can do this. I think he's starting to come out of it. Nicky Lopez, again, continuing to make the game stressful for the Astros. Singles, and all of a sudden now it's again only a 1-run lead, but Aledmus Diaz homers himself because everyone was getting in on it. A 2-run shot for him to make it an 8-5 Houston lead in the 7th inning. Brian Abreu comes in the 8th inning and pitches bad. He was not good tonight. He was overdue for a rough outing. It just happens. That's what relief pitchers do. Every once in a while, you have a bad blow-up like this. And it wasn't too bad. He surrendered a run. Yeah, he would load the bases, give up quite a few walks. But it happens. It's okay. He would only give up the 1 run. And then Yordan Alvarez had what I would consider his best inning in his entire career. Deep in the outfield, relatively deep, Yordan Alvarez catches the out, and a bullet directly on target to Martin Maldonado to make the out at home play and turn a double play to get out of the inning. An absolute just gorgeous throw from Yordan. Perfect. I want to say it was 92 mile an hour, so he threw it pretty darn hard and just laser accurate to Martin Maldonado. Perfect position for him. He gets the out there, and then in the bottom half of the 8th for the Astros, he homers because, again, it was the best inning he has ever had, and it made it 9-6 Houston. Benintendi would get an RBI ground out in the 9th inning, which was kind of weird because, the first out was only kind of given up because Kyle Tucker tried to sell out for an out and just couldn't quite get there. So, it was a run, and I'm not going to argue that, but, if he would have just played it off a hop, which he definitely could have done in that situation, probably doesn't score a run. Regardless, it's irrelevant. 9-7 is the final score, and the Astros win. They make it 8 consecutive. And we just keep rolling. And we'll start with the offense, which was absolutely fantastic. I want to say 11 hard hit balls off of Zach Greinke and 5 or 6 off of Kawar. I said we might tee off, and they absolutely did. They knocked Greinke around, which was hard to watch. I love Zach Greinke, but he would surrender 10 hits and a pair of walks, a pair of home runs as well. 6 runs off of Zach Greinke, and Kawar would give a pair of home runs and 3 runs. It was we were just punishing the ball tonight. 4 home runs for the Astros, like I already said. Pena, Alvarez, Bregman, and Diaz with home runs, and 13 hits on the night for Houston. We were just smacking it everywhere. And now the pitching staff. So Luis Garcia was not good. He just was not great by any means. 6 1/3, 5 runs, all earned. Only 1 walk, which is a positive. 7 strikeouts, which is a positive. I want to say 5, maybe 6 hard hit balls tonight, which is right around that area that you like it to be. About 1 hard hit ball an inning is, that's where you'd like it to be. He wasn't terrible, right? This wasn't a total firebombing by Luis Garcia. I thought he was okay. He wasn't okay. He was below average. This was a below average start. But look at the rotation and look at where Garcia is. That's the big thing for me of the past 2 games. Yeah, Jake Odorizzi was not great. Yeah, Luis Garcia was not great. Those are, I had penciled in going into the week, probably as your 4th and your 6th starters. The fact that they're not doing great, but tonight, Garcia soaked up innings, and he put you in a position to at least win. It wasn't so bad that you were just completely out of the game by the time he came out of it. You were able to pull off a victory. Like, from a 4th starter, that's about what you want. And Jake Odorizzi yesterday, no, it wasn't good. But as a 6th starter, I mean, you can live with it. Now, I will say this, which is very interesting to me. With how Urquidy's been pitching recently, and the fact that Garcia's been on a bit of a, bumpy little road the past few games, I kind of could see the moves to the bullpen being Odorizzi and Garcia, and maybe Urquidy stays in the rotation, which is just food for thought going forward. But that was something on my mind tonight watching Garcia pitch. Hector Neris would come in relief and look not wonderful, but okay enough. Gave up a walk. After that, Brian Abreu came in. He was, not great. Would load the bases, give up a bases-loaded walk. It was a rough outing for him. Phil Maton, I don't know what to tell you, man. He gave up an out that was turned into a double play. So, you got a little bit lucky. He wasn't bad by any means. He's forced to out, so that's a positive. Rafael Montero in the 9th gave up a run. Probably shouldn't have. Tucker could have just caught it off of bounce, what have you. It happens. Pair of strikeouts for him. The last pitch of the game was just another strike, but hey, we won, so I'm not going to complain. So was it a beautiful win? No, not by any means. But, it was a win, so who gives? Astros go again tomorrow, 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central. We are going to send Christian Javier to the mound, who has been maybe the best pitcher on planet Earth his past 2 nights out, and the Royals will send Brad Keller to the mound. So hopefully we can win the series, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but that's all I have to say for the evening. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.